Hello, my lovelies. It's me, Edith Ivy, and I was so excited to hear about a new Sims pack 2 in 1 year with The Sims 4 for rent. Unfortunately, as news came to me just as I found out I was moving, so I was recorded well ahead, but I still wanted to talk about the new pack, even though it won't appear in my content at all until February. So I wanted to start with the things I loved about this pack in the little bit of playtesting that I have been able to do. For me, it's late Friday night, and the pack came out Thursday afternoon in my time zone. I love how beautiful the world is. It is full of wildlife. If you have your sound effects turned on, your sim is running through the world and there is bird song. There are rays and turtles and fish in the water. There are beautiful tropical birds flying in and out of the trees, landing on lampposts. The amount of attention to detail to make the world feel lush and beautiful is truly wonderful. I think one of my favorite bits is if you are near the Beard Cave at sunset or sunrise, you can actually see the bats entering and exiting the cave in little swarms. It's wonderful. I was also just delighted, and this is a very niche thing, but my favorite hobby activity interest is actually sewing and making historical clothing. And I saw the textures and I lost my mind. But you can see the sheen and the texturing. You can tell that this is a Dupioni silk. And that thrills me. Like, the jersey knits look like jersey knits. This is a linen. You can see it in the way the fibers are textured, and you can like the woven trim. It's so good, guys. It's so good. Like, you can see where there's different warp and wefts. I also want to shout out that the tassels on this are actually textured out to be 3D. They are not just a flat shading on a flat item. Like, look at this. You can tell that it's a linen skirt. You can see the zipper. You can see the reinforcement stitch at the bottom of the zipper so that the seam doesn't split past it. I am so deeply pleased with everything here. Like, you can tell that this is a silk satin. You can see the texture of the fabric. Like, I know this is a very, very nerdy thing to be this excited about, but it makes me so happy, especially when, like, older base game items. Like, look at how flat that is. There's no the fabric has kind of a little bit of texturing to make you think it's soft. Is it a fleece? Is it a leather? You don't know. This may be incredibly niche, but it made me truly happy. I had a couple favorite items in build mode. I'm not gonna go exhaustively into every little detail because that's already been done by much bigger channels than me. I love this vanity. I would do unspeakable acts of violence to own this hall vanity in real life. Ditto for the matching towel vanity. Just they're so beautiful. I am a history bounding cottagecore girly in real life, and beautiful traditional items like this that are clearly old and well loved. Oh, this is my jam. I love this. I was also deeply pleased. There are two distinct furniture sets. There's the White Lily set and there's the Tranquil set. So we have the Tranquility Bar, we have the Tranquility Bar back, and then we have the Choose Violence bar stool. I am so deeply happy that this is this. This is also one of the few bar stools that they've got where usually their bar stools are a bit chunkier, more substantial. I could pick this up and hit someone with it, no problems. Love the plants. The items are great, and I'm not going to go into every little thing, but the things in particular that make me happy is this plastic chair that everyone in the world has sat on. We would usually get it in white because white goes with everything. I've had this on my patio multiple times in my life. As for the things that I didn't like so much in this pack, I understand why there are fewer lots in this world. It actually makes a lot of sense. You don't need 3 family lots when 1 lot can hold 3 families. But I still feel that they could have put more into this world. In terms of lots that you can interact with, there are the residential lots, and then there's 1 lounge and 1 park. There are 3 new activities, I guess you could say. There's the Tiger Sanctuary, there's the cave, and there's the temple, but they are all rabbit holes. And yes, the pop-ups for them are fun, and there are multiples for the Tiger Sanctuary and the cave, so it doesn't necessarily give you the same things over and over again, but they're still rabbit holes. The only thing that you can really interact with in this world that isn't either a rabbit hole or a place where there isn't a lot to do, there aren't actually that many activities for an adult sim to do in a park. The only thing there is the night market, which is only at night. And that's really cool, and I understand that that's a traditional part of the culture. But it also means that if your sim has a day job, they're constantly exhausted. So that was one place where I felt like The Sims 4 could do some improvement. While gameplay runs very smoothly, I'm going to make the note that build mode is pretty laggy, especially with things like wallpapers. I hope that is something that they are going to fix when they do patches, but we don't know. In the gameplay, I had a lot of fun as both a tenant and a landlord, but there were a couple things that it was a lot. The new traits, which are nosy, child of the village, cringe, and generous. I had a lot of fun interacting with those, but I was also just frankly kind of irritated because while you get positive moodlets for things, the cooldown is crazy fast. And as soon as you hit that cooldown, you get a negative moodlet. And just in the time it took for my sim to go to work, her healthy, happy glow from leaving an offering at the spirit house was gone, and she was embarrassed because she was adrift from her roots. And that kind of was like, I don't want my sim to get negative moodlets at the workday when I can't even do anything about it. Ditto for Snoop. Like, the cooldown before you are desperate for the tea, it just seemed really fast to me. There was also a huge differential between events. I don't know if that was just because randomness is random and sometimes you get bunches and sometimes you get dry spells, but my tenant sim is getting an event every 36 hours or less, and my landlord sim was getting them like once every 3 days, so there was a really big difference in the gameplay aspect of it. I also was a little confused why with the nosy trait, breaking into someone's house, snooping, and confronting the other sim about their secrets didn't give me mischief trait. I didn't gain mischief trait until I blackmailed them. That boggled my mind. I did really enjoy some of the interactions though. Tell terrible puns or tell the worst puns. Delightful, delicious. I especially enjoyed bestow empathy with my generous sim. I thought it was both very sweet but also very silly. I did really like that there were some cross pack things. I like that my landlord sim was able to inspect and do maintenance on the washing machine and dryer, which is a separate pack item. And I do need to give credit where it's due and some thanks. I did not want to take the time when I have so little time to build a lot for this playthrough, and I hate evicting Sims. It makes me feel sad. So I just popped into the gallery, picked this really cute build, 3-unit rental from Frog00. So thank you, Frog00, for that. And I don't know whether you did it intentionally or it was an accident. There's no mirror or dresser in Unit 2, so if you download this, you'll have to pop something in there or you can't change your Sims' outfits or appearance. For things I think will probably be patched, and I hope they are, the new foods don't seem to do anything about the Spice Hound trait. The Spice Hound trait was something that was introduced with the cultural foods in the, I want to say it's the City Living pack. That might not be the right name, but you had the food stalls with the cultural foods in San Myshuno. And once you'd eaten a certain amount of spicy dishes, you got the Spice Hound trait and you could eat spicy food. My sim has been eating spicy food in game for 20 meals and she's still not a spice hound. And I don't know what's going on. Also, I'm just irritated that doors aren't vanishing in build mode, in play mode. I've had this problem fairly recently with apartments in San Myshuno, so I think it is any rented rather than owned lot, maybe? I don't know what's causing it. I don't know how to fix it. I just really hope this gets fixed quickly because it is quite irritating. But yeah, that is my take on The Sims 4 for rent. And I am so excited to spend more time with this pack. I'm really looking forward to when I will be able to play more with it. If you've liked this content, please give a comment, a like, maybe even subscribe and ring the little notification bell if you want to come back. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I will see you again very soon.